I want to tell you something that most HR professionals think but rarely say out loud. When a business is struggling with turnover, complaints, low morale, or hiring problems, 9 times out of 10, it's not a people problem. It's a leadership and systems problem. And most business owners don't know what they don't know. After more than 25 years in human resources, I've sat across from some incredibly smart, hardworking, genuinely caring business owners who were unknowingly making decisions that were costing them employees, culture, and money. Today, I'm sharing what HR wishes more business owners knew. Hi, I'm Heather, founder of Piper HR Solutions. Most people think HR is about hiring, firing, policies, and paperwork. And yes, those things are a part of it, but effective HR is really about something much bigger. It's about building the kind of foundation that allows a business and its people to grow together. Let's talk about what that actually looks like. Thing one, HR is not the business police. Here's a perception I run into constantly. Business owners sometimes see HR as the department that says no. No, you can't do that. No, that's not a complaint. No, that's a liability. And while compliance absolutely matters, that's not what great HR is really about. Great HR helps you hire better, retain longer, develop stronger leaders, and build a culture people don't want to leave. The most successful businesses I've worked with didn't view HR as a necessary cost. They viewed HR as a competitive advantage. Thing number two, your managers are either your biggest asset or your biggest risk. Business owners spend a lot of time focused on sales, operations, and revenue. Those things matter. But here's what HR knows that often gets overlooked. Your managers touch every single employee every single day. I've watched entire teams fall apart, not because of bad pay or a bad product, but because one manager who didn't know how to lead people. The turnover that followed cost far more than any leadership training ever would have. Poor managers create complaints. Poor managers create disengagement. Poor managers create turnover. Investing in your managers isn't a soft initiative. It's one of the highest return investments your business can make. Thing number three, your employees are watching everything. I want you to think about the last all-hands meeting where leadership talked about company values. Now I want you to think about what employees experienced the week after that meeting. Were those two things aligned? Because here's what HR knows. Employees don't define culture by what leadership says. They define it by what leadership does. They notice who gets held accountable and who doesn't. They notice who gets opportunities and who gets overlooked. They notice whether the words on the wall match the reality in the room. Culture isn't a poster, it's a daily experience. Thing number four, your hiring problems are probably process problems. I've heard business owners say, we just can't find good people, more times than I can count. And sometimes that's true, but more often than not, when I look closely at the hiring process, I find inconsistent interviews, unclear job expectations, slow response times, and onboarding that drops new hires into the deep end with no support. The business that consistently hire great people aren't just lucky, they have great systems, consistent interview questions, clear expectations before day one, onboarding that makes new employees feel welcomed and prepared. Great hiring is a process, and processes can be built and improved. Thing number five, turnover costs more than you think. Most business owners know turnover is frustrating. What many underestimate is just how expensive it really is. It's not just the cost of a job posting. It's the overtime paid to the team covering the gap. It's the productivity lost while the role sits open. It's the training investment in the new hire. It's the institutional knowledge that walked out the door. It's the impact on the team morale when good people are leaving. Studies suggest replacing an employee can cost anywhere from 50% to 200% of their annual salary, depending on the role. That number tends to get people's attention. Retention isn't just a people strategy, it's a financial strategy. Thing number six, most people problems could have been prevented with better communication. By the time HR gets involved in most employee situations, the communication breakdown happened weeks or months earlier. A concern that wasn't addressed, an expectation, that was never clearly set, a conversation that kept getting postponed. I've seen situations that resulted in formal complaints, investigations, and even terminations that could have been resolved with one honest, early conversation. Clear expectations prevent confusion. Regular feedback prevents surprises. Coaching conversations prevent formal ones. Communication isn't just a soft skill, it's your first line of defense. If there's one thing I could tell every business owner, it's this. Your people are not just a line item on a budget. They are the reason your business exists. They serve your customers. They solve your problems. They protect your reputation. They drive your growth. When you invest in your people, you're not spending money. You're building the foundation that everything else stands on. If you're a business owner who made it to the end of this video, that tells me something about you. You care about getting this right, and that already puts you ahead of the majority. HR isn't about saying no, it's about helping you build something that lasts. I'm Heather, founder of Piper HR Solutions, rooted in people building strong foundations. If this video resonated with you, subscribe for more practical HR, leadership, and workplace insights, and share this with a business owner who needs to hear it.